First of all, let me say that my presence at Paragon this morning really was as a member of the Defence Board and the National Security Council. So I was at Cabinet and the Prime Minister asked me to visit Paragon to see exactly what was going on. But first of all, I'm really sorry about what happened, and I can give the assurance that Paragon is a very large compound, and that the quarantine center, which is located at Paragon, was not in the area of the explosion or the incident, and that all persons, staff as well as the patients down there, they are quite well, and they were not impacted in any way at all. They were quite safe. They did not have to evacuate, and we don't have any issues with them whatsoever.
Basically, I know that with persons who were quarantined after coming back to Barbados and so forth, they would have had that experience, not being able to go to their family. Did you have an opportunity to speak to them to find out how they're feeling and their mood and so forth?
No, I did not go to the quarantine center because, as I said, I came here in a different capacity. But I can say to you, speaking to the Mr. Hart, who is responsible for the quarantine center, they are all in fine spirits, and they were not impacted, except obviously they would have heard the explosions going on. But they were quite safe, and there was no evacuation at all of the quarantine center because where they're located, really they were not impacted in any way.
But in your capacity as the national security, did you touch base with the police officers and those at the BDF to find out what measures, immediate measures we can expect?
Well, obviously I spoke with the Chief of Staff of the Defence Force, but obviously this is an ongoing situation and reports have to be written, investigations have to be done. So there's nothing definitive that I can say to you along those lines, except that all persons on the compound, this compound houses a number of organizations, the Regional Security System, the Barbados Defence Force, Paragon Base, and down below is the quarantine center. And there's also another agency that operates there at the compound. All are safe, and no one was injured. None of those buildings were impacted, and that is as much as I can say at this time, because obviously we have to await the investigations and the reports.
In your capacity as Minister of Health, while we have you, we know that we're reopening expectedly July, possibly for commercial flights from our source markets. What is the initial thought, or are the initial thoughts that we have regarding testing? Are people supposed to be tested before they enter? Some people might be coming only for 14 days, and how would that work with quarantine?
Right, we are at the moment, we are now looking at those protocols, exactly how we're going to deal with it. You would have recognized that I would have visited Grantley Adams Airport when the flight came in with the repatriated persons from the United States. And my visit there already was to observe what was happening in terms of the procedures, the processes, to see what is possible going forward. And as a result of that, and based on what my technical persons in the ministry what they're looking at this point in time, within a week or so we will come up with some protocols. But I don't have anything definitive at the moment, except to say that we will do whatever is required to the best of our ability to make it as safe as possible whenever the Prime Minister determines that Barbados will be open to international commercial aircraft. The vast majority of Barbadians, I believe, have been observing the protocols and the measures, and if we did not have the cooperation of our citizens, we would not really have been in the position that we are in right now, because except for those 4 confirmed cases, the last 4 cases which came from the United States, we have not seen a case, and we've been testing. Right now it is not even easy to get people to come forward for testing. So we based on the evidence, based on the science, we are satisfied that we are on top of things locally, and that is why we actually gave our support to the reopening of the country, because life has to go on, the economy has to rebound, and Barbadians have done very well. They've cooperated, and there's no need for us to be keeping people housed up if we are not seeing cases. But we have the flexibility to be able to escalate if necessary based on what is happening, but we are satisfied that right now that we are on top of things.